What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick. Today I want us to learn how to create your own image generator. So for today's session, we're going to learn how you can generate your own images, uncensored images. Just imagine generating your own uncensored images. So for this tutorial, we're going to leverage our third-party tool known as or a model that has been pre-trained. Remember, when we are talking about generating or anything to do with generating generative adversarial networks or everything like variational autoencoders, which in this particular case for variational autoencoders is got to do with music, generating chords, something like that. So remember that we are using third-party tools to help us generate them, because it would be very hard to generate models, or maybe pre-train our models to generate all those stuff using our own data sets to generate those stuff. It will be super hard, especially when dealing with large data sets. So for this tutorial, guys, I'm excited to share with you that you're now able to create your own images using a stability array. And as you can see here, I have created a model that can help us test out this model, or the stability AI, or the diffusion pipeline by the stability AI. We're going to test out and see how better or how well can it create or generate an image. Of course, guys, it will be super exciting to see how this is going to be, and it will be also surprising as well, knowing that it can actually create or generate an image better, just the same case as Gemini Pro, or maybe ChatGPT, or no, sorry, Adobe Firefly. So basically the same thing. It's going to generate a super cool photo. And for this case, I'm just going to show you, for example, for my case, what I was able to generate. And remember that I had to run this code for the past in the past 3 hours, because my computer doesn't have the CUDA, or is not compatible with GPU. So it took me around 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours to generate just this simple image here. So I'm going to download it and see how it looks like. So for those who are maybe lucky enough to own computers that support CUDA, or they are compatible with GPU, you'll be able to generate images much faster. It could take you several minutes, but for my case, my computer doesn't have the CUDA, so it took me much time. So let's see how our image looks like. Just going to pull it on here, and just before that, let's see what the prompt was. So the prompt was to generate an image of a futuristic car, and this is what the model, or this shortcode, generated. So it's not super great, but suppose I asked the model to, maybe I went ahead and give it a proper prompt, maybe generate an image of a sports car on a sports track. It would be super amazing to see what a model can generate. So I'm just going to go through. You can try it yourself, and you're gonna tell me what your model is able to generate. Just the same model. So for this case, I was using Torch, or I'm using Torch as the what you call as the tool, or maybe the machine learning tool for this particular case. I'm also installing Accelerate. It helps us to make the model run faster. And we're also going to use transformers. As I said, transformers are just pre-trained version of CNNs. Instead of using the normal convolutional neural networks, we're using transformers because they help us with memory retainment. Yeah, they help us even to create complex projects, especially in the case of generative AI. Remember, in machine learning, we have other segments like what you call prediction, other segments, maybe like sentimental analysis, all those. But for this case, we have to use transformers, especially when dealing with a generative AI. We're also installing diffusers, which is a required module, especially when you're dealing with stable diffusion pipeline. So that is the role of these diffusers. And assuming that we have installed our transformer, we are now defining our pipe for this case, and this pipe help us to set our model to be able to use a CUDA, or maybe a GPU, So for this case, we are using a pre-trained model, as I said, and that is a stable division 2.1, and this generally means that we are using version 2. There are there are many other versions that you can use, and they are also late. There are those or maybe recent versions you can use for your models or maybe for your program. And again, as I said, we are we are just going to give it a simple prompt. And remember, this is not a good prompt, especially if you know very well or how well you can leverage generative AI tools. This is not a good prompt to use. So for example, if in this case I use something like or unspecific enough to say something like generate an image of a Bugatti on a sports truck. Well, this is gonna take me much time, and I'm also going to save it something like that. Of course, I'm not gonna run it. I will run it now, but we can't wait for it to finish because it's gonna take me much time, around 2 hours for this. So this is just a short example of how you can create your own unbiased or maybe uncensored images by just leveraging the pre-trained transformers. Again, you are able to fine-tune this further. You're able to even create amazing or maybe better images or maybe generations of images just by using or fine-tuning this program. Yes, so we will also compare what we already have, the futuristic PNG here. We will also compare it with what we're going to get after running this program. So I'm going to give it time so it can run and see what happens. It's gonna take so much time. As you can see, we haven't started yet, and it has to go all the way to 100. So it's going to take much time, and we can't obviously wait for it here. And that is because I do not have the NVIDIA, or maybe my computer doesn't have the GPU. Again, what I'm using a free version, which is not able to support the CUDA or the GPU for my case. But if you're able to invest in a better runtime environment, maybe by purchasing more power, you'll be able to have all this with you. And possibly this program will take you maybe 3 minutes to just to generate an image. So for this case, I'm going to come back here again and share what has been created with you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and love you guys, and wish you all the best in your creation or maybe in your generation AI. Yeah, see you guys in the next video.